9/11 was not an inside job. It was a coordinated terrorist attack by the group Al-Qaeda. Hey man, how's it going?
How you doing, bud?
Andrew, great to meet you.
Craig, but they call me Pasta.
Hell yeah, why do they call you Pasta?
You know, my Italian grandma used to make me take pasta to school and stuff.
No way, in a bag?
Yeah.
Shout out to your grandma, man. Rest in peace. Here's my thing. I don't want to come off like an Osama bin Laden apologist. That's not something you want to be in your life. That's that's a worse label than conspiracy theorist.
Yes.
But to suggest that 9/11 was fully an inside job also implies that there would be no reason for some people out there to be upset about the things that the U.S. was doing. If you believe that Osama bin Laden's letter to the U.S. is real, it cites a few things specifically. It says keeping our military bases in the Arabian Peninsula after the Gulf War. Yes. It says our military support of Israel and a few other things. Now, those are all real things. Yes. And, our puppet states and dictators that we installed in the Middle East, that stuff is real. That's enough to create a vacuum where a bunch of really angry people decide to do something like 9/11. And before TSA, it wouldn't have been that hard. Yeah. You and me could do it.
Yeah. Well, logically, what you're saying makes true, but both things can be true. Both, a lot of people in the Middle East, Osama bin Laden, his family, his cohorts can hate us, but also, too, it could be an inside job because, like we said, we've already established that the Mujahideen, Al-Qaeda, we've been funding them. So, and you weren't involved in media when 9/11 happened, right?
No, I was actually 3.5 years old. I was near where Flight 93 crashed in Western Pennsylvania. So we thought there was planes hitting everywhere.
Yeah. So you went back, kind of did your research, and you formed your opinion now too, as well. Right?
Definitely. Yeah.
So the first part I would point out, and I'd say go back and look at. There's three main reasons why I believe it was definitely a government conspiracy. Number one. Is the actual connections between the hijackers themselves, and military intelligence, as well as the government, right? Mm-hmm. I think a week after, and we're talking about mainstream outlets now reporting on this. Newsweek, I think less than a week after, reported that 5 of the hijackers actually received training in secure U.S. bases. As we started looking at this other stuff and unfolding, we even saw that certain hijackers actually listed naval bases as their address on their driver's license and on their registrations for their cars. Yeah. So all these connections that we see, it's very easy to believe, from the jump, that we see all these connections. We see that they're being funded. They were also funded backdoor from military assets in the United States to Pakistan. By looking at that alone, wouldn't that be a little convincing to say, well, wow, there's all this funding, there's all this financing, there's something there?